Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Daria, and today's practice is called Good Morning Mood. So this class is pretty simple, really sweet, very stretchy and feel good. And it's meant to be a short practice that you can do at the beginning of the day to set the tone, and then find a little bit of expansion in the body and the mind as you move into the rest of your day. So all you need is yourself and some place to move, and whenever you're ready, let's get into it. We'll start by finding a comfortable seat. So maybe here in Sukhasana, or maybe sitting up on the knees. Just let your eyes fall closed. Let your shoulders relax. Palms can face to the sky or down on your thighs. And now let your pelvis get heavy, almost like the lower half of your body is getting tired, so the muscular activation can let go. And then energize the upper part of your body from the sit bones, through the lines of your waist, all the way up through the spine and past the top of your skull, creating length in the back body. And check with your heart space, the chest, and see if you can expand a little bit there. Draw your shoulder blades slightly together and broaden your collarbones. And now begin to notice how you're feeling in your physical body. No judgments, no attachments, just observing. And if you feel any points of tension, anything that's tight, or maybe a space that's tense as a result of some emotion you're experiencing, try to just let your awareness create a little softening around that tension. And it doesn't have to disappear fully or change right away, but just see what kind of little subtle magic your awareness can work on tension. Start feeling your breath. And let's take a few clearing breaths to let go of anything that is clinging to your space, whether that's physical space, mental space, emotional space. So deep inhale through the nose, filling all the way to the tops of the lungs. Big sigh out of your mouth, let it go. Don't be afraid to breathe with sound. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Now breathe in right to the heart, filling up the chest. Breathe out to clear any congestion in that area. And just stay here for a couple more moments. Let yourself bask in the stillness and the quietness, and get cozy inside of your experience. Blink your eyes open. Take your palms facing down on your thighs. Just start making some circles through the ribs, spreading the chest forward, and then revolving all the way around to the back, contracting as you get there. Feeling simultaneous expansion and contraction through all four sides of the torso. And you can reverse the circles as you're ready. Just keep this feeling sweet and easy and good. And then neutralize your spine. Just take a breath in, stretch your arms wide, and then all the way up to the sky, look to your thumbs. As you breathe out, just draw your palms to meet in prayer at heart center. Close your eyes one more time. Let's take a moment here to set an intention. This intention can be just for the movement practice, or maybe it's one that you want to carry into the rest of your day. Maybe a word, maybe like a feeling. And whatever it is, let's take one more breath here, in through the nose. And exhale, let it go. And then come on up to a kneeling position. Your knees can be together or wide, whatever's feeling good for you. We'll just do a little expansion into the chest. So interlace your fingers at the base of your spine, hug the heels of your hands toward one another if you can, and then start to roll your shoulders down your back, shoulder blades hug together, and stretch your heart a little bit forward. You can stick your butt back, almost like you're creating a cow pose, like a little arch in the spine. And then here, just glide from side to side through the arms. And you can get the head and the neck involved, maybe making neck circles or half circles. Play with looking up, play with looking down. See what feels good. One more time, inhaling. As you exhale, let that go. Switch the grip of your fingers. So opposite fingers come on top, heels of the hands together if you can. Breathe in, arch your back, lift your heart to the sky. And now this time just play with kind of rocking your pelvis a little forward and back. So contract through the core and then stick your butt back again. Inhale as you open the heart. Exhale as you draw belly button to spine. And then you can release and let that go. Take some big circles with your arms all the way up to the sky and then around to the back, opening into the shoulders. Notice if you spin your fingers to point different directions, you'll feel some different sensations of opening, so feel free to do that. And then start to imagine that you're moving through water, so you have a little bit of resistance here as you're going. You can reverse the circles as you're ready, so the arms will swim back first and then all the way around to the top of the mats. Now interlace your fingers, take them to the back of your head, and just gently bow your chin toward your chest, creating a gentle press down to open the neck and the back of the throat. And then stay with the sweet breath and your awareness just traveling through anything that's tense or tight. Now lift your head. You can keep the hands behind your head, spread your elbows wide, and then kind of press your head back into your hands while simultaneously pressing the hands to the head. So you're leaning just a little bit back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Another breath in here. And then as you breathe out, you can release the palms down onto the mat. Walk your knees a little bit back, toes together, knees wide. Sit your hips back to your heels into a child's pose. Now take a big breath in, round your spine, come forward so you're standing on your shins, and then stack the shoulders over the wrists again. And then as you breathe out, create a little arch in your back and lean your hips back towards your heels. You can drop all the way into child's pose. Elbows come down. Again, like this. Inhale, rounding your spine. Get really hollow through the core and the front body. Slide the pelvis forward. And then when your exhale comes, let that carry your hips back towards your heels, even while your heart keeps pulling forward to the top of the mat, lengthening the spine, creating space between all your vertebrae. One more time, breathing in, round your spine and shift forward. Breathing out, send the hips back toward the heels. And this time just stay, melting down into child's pose. We'll take 3 breaths here. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose, allowing the creases of the hips to soften. Inhale, fill the low belly. Exhale, sit bones pull back toward the heels. Breathe in. Breathe out. Press down into your palms. Find your way back up to hands and knees. Walk your knees together. And then from here, extend your left leg out to the side, straight. Root the knife edge of your foot down. And then we'll lean the hips all the way back into a child's pose again here. As you go back, you can flip the left toes up toward the sky. So we're getting a little bit into the groin and the adductors in our thigh area. Now here, Really try to melt your heart down toward the earth, soften the back of your neck, and keep it aligned with the rest of your spine. And then you might even play with pivoting on the left foot, the left heel, to feel some different sensations. You can point and flex the foot, whatever feels good. Now, make your way back up through hands and knees. Root the knife edge of the left foot down so all of your toes are pointing forward. And from here, walk your fingertips forward into an Anahatasana with the extended side leg. So either chest and chin are reaching down, or maybe your forehead down to the mat. Broaden the upper back space. Spread your shoulder blades. And then feel heaviness moving through your torso. Press down, come back up. Make your way to hands and knees, and then extend your right leg out to the side. As you sit your hips back again toward the left heel, you can flip the right toes to the sky, coming to this extended leg, child's pose. Take some slinky lateral waves through your spine maybe as you stay here. And then again, same as the first side, you can point and flex the extended leg or pivot on the foot, doing anything that feels good. Start to press down, make your way up through hands and knees, roll the sole of the right foot flat, and then walk your fingertips forward any amount, coming into puppy pose. Let your breath rock you in and out of some depth here. So use the inhale to back off just slightly. Use the exhale to melt more deeply. Press down, make your way back up. And now bring your both knees down, take them wide, toes together, and then sit your hips back towards your heels. But now walk your fingertips in front of your thighs. And now here, we'll just play with rocking the pelvis a little bit backward and forward once again. So as you inhale, lean your butt back. You can pull back on your fingertips and lift your heart up. And then with the exhale, you can round in through the pelvis, maybe even lifting it a little away from the mat if that feels good. So fingertips might stay forward, or you can take them back if that feels better for you. And just kind of waking up the hips, waking up the spine. And this is one of those that it doesn't have to look any certain way. It can just be what feels good, whatever feels good for you. Now, when you're ready, we'll walk down to lying on the belly. Take your time getting there, send the feet back, and then come onto your forearms into a sphinx. And we'll take a half frog position. So start by gliding your right knee out to the side. Keep your thigh bone aligned with your hip, and then send your shin straight back. So you're creating a 90-degree angle. Flex your toes so the inner edge of your foot is rooted. And then as you breathe in, just pull your heart a little bit forward. As you breathe out, try to melt any activation away from your outer right hip or inner thighs. And then remind yourself that the experience here doesn't necessarily need to be super intense to be effective. Keep this cozy, keep it sweet, keep it easy, keep it simple. Stretch your right leg back behind you. And then switch. So left leg extends wide to the side, flexing your foot. Pull your elbows a little bit back towards your hips. Broaden the collarbones. Take 3 breaths here. Feel your low belly is soft. So with the inhale, you can kind of feel the breath moving through that space. And with the exhale, feel the release. Send your left toes back behind you. Draw your palms beside your ribs. On your next inhalation, press into your toenails, keep your pelvis heavy, and gradually peel your front body away from the mat. Simultaneously grow through the crown of your head. Find a little lift through the pelvic floor and the low belly. Draw your shoulder blades together and soften the shoulders away from the ears. Take a breath in. And breathe out, you can release back down. Palms by the ribs again. Tuck your toes. Come through hands and knees. And then lift your hips up and back into an easy downward facing dog. Let's take the feet wider than hips distance, so about as wide as the mat as we begin here, just to spread more space through the spine and especially the lower back. And then rock your hips, pedal your feet, explore however feels good in your body. Walk your feet back to hips distance apart, coming into down dog. On your next inhalation, keep the left foot rooted and stretch your right leg high to three-legged down dog. Try not to focus on how high your leg is lifting, but rather feeling a sweet opening down the back line of the left leg, the supporting leg. Anchor into the big toe, bend your knee just a little. Take one more breath in here. And then breathe out, just switch. Right foot down. Inhale, stretch your left leg up to the sky, three-legged down dog. Let the breath open up. Hamstrings, calves, Achilles tendons. One more inhale. And exhale, release. And now you can walk your hands and your feet toward one another. Take a ragdoll. Toes land behind the wrists, feet hips distance apart. Bend your knees, bring your belly and your chest onto the thighs, and let your head be so heavy. And stretch your arms wide like you're a bird and kind of swim from side to side through the torso. And then let everything drop again. Fingertips can land in front of your toes, or you can reach for opposite elbows, whatever you want to do. Now bring your fingers down if they're not. Pick up your right foot and just cross it behind the left one. And we're in like a twisted forward fold here. And then rock your hips side to side, breathing down the outer lines of your legs, opening the IT bands, outer hips. And when you're ready, switch the crossing of your ankles. So left foot behind right. Hug in a little through your core to deepen the fold. And then step your feet back to parallel, hips distance apart, folding in. Next, inhale, press through your feet, roll up your spine, stacking one vertebra onto the next. Your head will rise very, very last. And then at the top, feel the shoulders settle down your back. Let's just take a breath in, stretch up to the sky, gaze to your thumbs. Breathe out, palms come to prayer at heart center. Again, inhale, reach up and look up. As you exhale, take a big dive down into a forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, crown of head forward, tailbone back. As you breathe out, just fold in once again. Two more like this. Inhale, crown of head forward, tailbone back, halfway lift. Exhale and bow. Breathe in, inflate your body and your spine. Breathe out, forward fold. Place your palms down. Walk your toes to the back of the mat, stepping into a plank. Really spread your fingers, claw down into them, and see how energetically you can press the ground away from you. Pull up through your thighs, activate your glutes. Create that dome effect between your shoulder blades. Take one more breath in here. Now, as you breathe out, just softly lower both knees to the mat. Come to a seat back on your heels. Spin your palms facing up on your thighs. Close your eyes. And now here, just take a moment to notice how you're feeling now. If anything has opened up for you or shifted, or if maybe you just feel a little more awake, a little more expanded in the body or the mind than when we began. And you're welcome to stay here, seated for a few breaths, maybe moving into a meditation, or if you'd like, you can come into a shavasana, lying down on your back. But I will leave you here for today. I hope that you enjoyed this little class. I hope that it helped you to feel awake and alive this morning, and I will see you very soon in another one. Bye.